Hello friend, how are you? Welcome to Tripan Study Center. Today we are going to do the chapter of social science and highlighting each and every point of it. Let's see what is our topic today. Inventions and technological change during this industrial revolution. There is a important point here. The many inventions and inventations had a technological change took place during this period. There is an important period of time here that our technological changing took place and during this period and it helped to make their industrialized country is a more powerful and efficient. That is important. Industrialization countries are more powerful and efficient. Now production could be done a much faster and the larger quantities, which made things cheaper. This invention had a maximum impact on the textile and transport industry, which you are going to be read now. That is important. The next year, textile industry. There is important textile industry. Technological advancement in the textile industry started a series of invention in iron and steel production. There is important here. Technological advancement in the textile industry started a series of invention in the iron and steel production. Other countries were inspired to follow their example of their England and manufacture of goods from England were flooding their world market. To safeguard their interests and Britain passed law to be a ban textile worker for linking out the information about the industrial technology or to travel to other country. But in a 1789, Samuel's letter slapping of England to America. There is a time of French Revolution, 1789. Samuel Seltzer is slapping out their England to be America. He took the knowledge of British as a textile industry, which initiated the industrial revolution in America. The vast new is area were about under to cotton plantations in America, which is increasing the demand for slabs. Similarly, incident started an industrial revolution in France and Germany also. There is an incident of industrial revolution, France and Germany here. Do you know that Arkwright to be called the father of the factory system? Arkwright was called the father of factory system. He is created the first factory that was especially built to be house machinery and where is the working hours were fixed and the people were employed rather than to keep on a contractual basis. Is a contractual basis is a 1779. The Samuels Crumps and then went to the spinning mill. Crumpton, there is a invented here a spinning mill, and well there in Mon Cataracts also made the first water-driven power looms. The textile industry stimulate other industries such as the dyeing, bleaching, and printing. There is a most important. You know that there is a UPC examination question here. Who is the call to the father of factory of system? There is a father of factory systems called Arkwright is called here. And there is a first system and established of 1779 are there spinning mills and there is a Emmanuel Craft right. There is a most important question for the exam view. The innovation and technology change which lead to be advancement in a manufacturing, transport and communication industries follow closely with the chemical, electrical, petroleum and steel industry. The discovery of trade routes not only give a boost of industrial evolution but also lead to be a competition among the colonial and imperialist power that expanding their empire to fulfill their need of industry for raw materials and new market and cheap labor. The imperialist is expansion lead to a struggle for the supremacy and the two world wars. There is a two world war discussion for the next topic our The colonies were exported is their traditional social, economic and political system were destroyed. That is important. The colonial were exported. Their traditional and social, economic and political system were destroyed. And they started to posing there is a foreign rule and to be established their own nation. That is important. The next point here is steam engine. Steam engine is the most important for the evolution of there is a industry. Another major achievement of industrial revolutions was the development and application of steam power. Even the earlier device is very improved upon and the development into machines as the number of industry had increased. So importance is the power was needed for a production. In 1705, Thomas Newcomen built an engine for pumping water from a coal mine. And in 1764, James Watt improved upon the design and improved their efficiency of Newcomen's as an engine fourth fault. He introduced a chamber with a jar of cold water to condense the steam and cause the vacuum. The cause of vacuum. And this was also a period of transfer of one technology to another. What user Jones Wilkinson is a drinks gun to be boarded to the large cylinder for this engine. The steam engine soon replaced the earlier is a locomotive's coal engine. It is increasing the demand for the railway line. The steam engine made technology operable and was the demanded by the other industries. Now there was no need to be a localized there of factories along the river or lakes any longer. The next year, coal and iron. Coal and iron, there is the most important here. The steam engine, coal and iron is related to the foundation for a modern industry. It was the belief that only people with a death wish and working in a mine. The coal was moved along the horizontal tunnel in their baskets and then the hauled as up vertically sharp to be a surface. The movement of coal from mine was totally dependent on the muscle power of animal. There is a important here. The movement of coal from mine was totally dependent on the muscle power of animals, man, women, and children. The coal mine had a dangerous working condition. Unfortunately, their children were preferred to because of their small size. The demand for coal went up with increasing in the use of steam power, and great progress was made in the coal mining, such as a tunnel, ventilations, and transportation of coal, and use of gunpowder to blast away rises and the use of safety lamps. But the coal miner suffering from many heart and the health problem like a lung disease. There is a causing of lung disease. There is a working for the coal mine. Significant improvements were made in the iron industry during this time. In 1709, the Abraham Barnes produced a pig iron smeltery with the coke. There is a Abraham is a Darby is produced a pig iron smeltery with the coke. And earlier pig iron was melted with the charcoal which was derived from a woods and which resulting in a fast populations of the England as a forest. In 1784, Henry Cole and the Iron Master developed a process for producing a less brittle iron. It was called bought iron. Bronze iron and is proved to be a very useful to metal in industry process. In 1774, John Wilkinson invented a drilling machines that could be drill a hole with a great accuracy. There John Wilkinson invented a drilling machine and could be drilling hole with a great accuracy. Between 1788 and 1806, the production of iron increased many times and the use of iron spread to form of machineries hardware, exploring the building. There is important of etc. The development in the iron and the textile industry made it necessary to invent better transportation facility for a cheaper and quicker movement of goods. It was urgently required to fulfill their need of the domestic and foreign markets. The next year, mean of transportation and communication. There is a most important achievement on this period time. The improvement in the means of transport and communication was a great encouragement to the industrial revolution. The raw material, finished product, food and people need a reliable system of transportation. And improvements in the bridge and road construction were made earlier in the 70s centuries. And they helped to be transport the raw materials and factory made a product to be their destination. In 1814, George Stephenson is built their first steam locomotive engine to run on railway track. There is a most important year, 1814. There is a George Stephenson is built the first steam locomotives engine to run a railway track. And soon the steam engine is a railway where transporting goods over track and throughout there is England and supporting the canal transportation. And there is so the first is a steam engine on the railway track. Comes let see the tracks on railway. In this picture, there is George Stephenson's as a rocket. There is a rocket is 1829. There is a first of steam engine on the track. There is the most important diagram on this period time here. During the mid 19th century, a wooden steam powered ship took over to sailing ship, and soon after iron ships was used for traveling across the ocean. If the first phase of the industrial revolution depended on the steam, then the second phase of depended on the electricity. This is important, and you know, Michael Faraday had a distinction of inventing their first electrical motor. The Faraday's there is an important invention of the electrical motor, and the electricity now become commercially available and was used to be run the factories. The faster means of transportation of communication, speeding up to the business and transactions, and control between army unit, colonies, countries, and even common people. The invention of the telegraph and telephone made it possible to communicate anywhere in the world instantly. There is the most important invention on this period time.